If you're wanting to get more comments on your Instagram posts, then this is the video for you. I'm going to be walking you through exactly how to write captions that actually get you comments. So actually are getting people engaging, actually are getting people commenting, actually are starting a discussion. And this can be such a great tool to just have in your toolkit for when you're wanting this. So again, the really important thing I always say is that every post, the goal is not engagement. The goal for every single post is not to get the most comments possible. Yes, sometimes we're going for high engagement posts and we can actually set up some strategic things to make sure that happens, which I'm going to be walking you through. It is not luck though. It is not just luck when people comment. There's a reason why people comment more on certain posts and don't comment on others, and other ones get complete crickets. And if you look back over just your most engaging posts where you have had more comments than usual, you can start to see patterns and you can see why people are actually engaging, why people are actually commenting. And when you are wanting to add in and sprinkle in some posts that have that really high engagement, get those great comments, this is the video for you, and this is the strategy to be adopting. Now, this is not your basic ask a question advice that I'm going to give you, because we all know so many people just share that advice and it really doesn't work unless you ask the right question for that firstly. But we're going to be breaking down beyond this how you can actually make sure you're getting comments and how you're actually getting results when you're attempting to get comments from your Instagram posts. So the first thing on the questions note is to actually ask easy questions. So a lot of the times, this is what the response of your audience will be. Your audience will be like this whenever you ask a question, because they're hard questions. They're just not good questions that people actually want to respond to. This is not the reaction which we're wanting from our audience. We want them to actually engage. We want them to actually ask and answer questions for us. So the first thing is to ask easy questions that people want to answer, okay? So many people, we really don't think about the fact that firstly, social media, people are half engaged anyway, they're half paying attention. To get them to actually stop their scroll, to get them to actually read our posts, to get them to actually click to go to the comments, type something out, think about what they're typing, it's asking a lot of a person, and we don't want to make it harder for them by just having really vague CTAs and just trying to get them to comment when it's not really working well. So I've seen somebody, for example, recently ending their posts with just, let me know what resonated, or let me know how this landed with you. And I think that is probably one of the worst CTAs you can do for getting comments, because firstly, it is so open, it is so broad. If I was to ask you the question of let me know what resonated, you've really got to think, okay, what did actually resonate? Okay, maybe this first part, I found that really interesting. Okay, now what do I want to say in my comments? Do I just say, this resonated with me? Because that doesn't feel very human. I really have to think about it a lot, and it requires a lot of energy and effort on my part. So most people are not going to comment. So surprisingly, this example where I've seen this used, it pretty much gets 0 comments usually, because no one's going to say what resonated. This is just really open, really vague. So no one wants to answer this. It's requiring a lot of thought, requiring a lot of effort. Instead, we want something easy for your audience to answer. We want something people actually want to answer and they want to actually engage with. That is the move. That's what we are really wanting to go for here. So a really helpful way to do this is to really just actually engage them as well and get those comments by relating to them, telling them a story, connecting with someone. So actually pulling them out of the scroll, breaking that just mindless scroll which people tend to have on Instagram, and just really connecting with them. The more you can connect with them, the more likely it is that they'll actually take the time to comment, and you can actually build that relationship with them there. So one example where I shared recently, this works really well for my audience. Whenever I share, I notice an opinion which is just, a slightly controversial opinion, something which people just have a lot of thoughts on. That is talking about the idea of promising a result as a service provider. Can you actually ethically promise a result in your services? As you can see, there's got quite a few comments, quite a bit of engagement with people actually responding and just connecting with that. So that's just really helpful for me to see that firstly, that works really well. And secondly, I know that, when I'm able to connect with them through something they also share a strong opinion in, and something which can also shift their perspective, and they can think, wow, I haven't really thought about it in that way before, but I actually really agree with that, and just give them a little bit more of a just deeper experience and just pull them out of that scroll and just connect with them. They are so much more likely to actually take the time to connect because they're more invested actually in that post in the first place versus just on that scroll mindlessly. Another one as well, relating back to that idea of just making it easy to comment for people and also connecting with people. one thing going into the new year, 2024 goals. I thought, you know what, I'll share my 2024 goals with people. This works really well on the aspect of firstly connecting with people, secondly making it easy. It is so easy. People love talking about goals. People love that so much. So it's really easy for me to just share my goals. I shared vision board pictures, all of those things, and we got some great comments on there. People were just really engaged talking about, you know, the vision board, what it looks like, did I do it in Canva, talking about their goals as well. It's just a really, really great environment because it's just a really helpful place for connecting with people and also making it really easy for them to actually comment. So the third thing that I would say, looking back over these posts as well as examples, is actually have a look over what has gotten your audience commenting before. Your audience, they have a certain just blueprint and certain just way of, you know, what they will comment on for your industry, your expertise, just your audience and the fabrication of them and just how they are made up as a group in general. They'll comment on certain things and it's really helpful for you to just see what have they commented on before, what have they engaged it with. So go back and find the post with the most comments and look at what were people saying? What were the comments they were making? What was it they were saying about those specific posts that you can then bring into other areas? So for example, I know that my audience loves anything around travel that I share. So I know that if I'm going to put up a post of, you know, this sunny destination I'm in, of what my plans are for this trip, of me working abroad somewhere, they're going to absolutely love it and they're going to be engaging with that because it's just really easy, really connecting again with people, but also I can just see it has the track record of getting me results in that area. It has the track record of if I want to get some good engagement, I can post up that and I know it's going to work 9 out of 10 times. So use your own data here. Don't just look at, you know, what is working well for other people, but look at your own data because no matter how much you have, you know, gotten comments in the past, or maybe you've rarely got some comments in the past, you still have data, so you can look back over that and see where have people actually commented and really look at incorporating this into your posts going forward, because this can be such a helpful, you know, way to almost guarantee as close as you can to getting those comments for yourself. Because if you can see that your audience have engaged with this type of content before, they tend to really like when I share this type of content, this tends to trigger them having a lot of opinions, a lot of comments that they want to share, then I can just post more of that and it's going to connect with them even more and they're going to want to comment then because I can see this has worked tangibly in the past. So use your own data. Again, look at what can connect with people and also ask easy questions. Make it so beyond stupidly easy for people to actually comment as the way you are wanting them to. Remember though, that the most comments is not the goal of every single post. If you're running a business, this should not be your goal. If you're an influencer, a little bit different story, but oftentimes our goals from our posts and from our content is to get leads and to make sales and to actually, you know, sell our offers and make money. So sometimes we do posts knowing we will get less comments, but we'll get more sales, and that is okay. A great example, actually, I will show you, that I posted just a few days ago was get to know me and how we can work together in 2024. This post, I know it's not going to get a lot of engagement. I'm fully aware of that. It has got a couple of comments, but I'm super aware that it's not there to get engagement. It's there to let people know, here's how you can work with me. Here's the free resources which I have right now. Here's how you can apply, etc. It's there for a specific purpose. So it's really helpful as well looking at those, knowing that sometimes your goal is not going to be to get comments. Sometimes it will be. Sometimes the engagement will be amazing, perfect. That's when you incorporate the strategies above. But oftentimes as well, we are looking to post and get more sales, and that is completely okay for posts as well, knowing we are sacrificing comments, knowing we are not going to get as many comments, but we're going to get the link clicks and we're going to get people actually signing up for a specific program because of that post. Even though it may not on the surface look as successful because it didn't get the comments, didn't get the likes, etc., we're actually getting the end result which we wanted in the first place, which is the sales from that. So I hope that was helpful in terms of the comments and how to actually get more comments. Let me know what you found most helpful in the comments below on this video, and make sure you subscribe so you do not miss the next one. And I will see you with the next video tomorrow.